Hey everyone, what's the crack? As many of you know, I have been spending the last couple of months with the Asetek Invicta pedals. Today, very exciting because these are obviously on the higher end side. I've just received the brand new Asetek FORTE pedals and I am going to do a quick visual comparison of the two. One thing important of note, this is not a review. This is just a looks-based comparison. We're currently still under embargo for the FORTE pedals, so I can't really offer much opinion on those, but I will be able to point out the differences between them visually. So again, to reiterate, I will not be using the FORTE pedals in this video. I will just be visually comparing them to each other. So here we go, let's get this box opened. This is not the final packaging. This is a review sample, but it should be very close to the overall finished product. So looks like we got a proper box and stuff. Here we go. Check this out. All right, let's put the Asetek box. So that's the box that it came in. Nothing wrong with that box. Check this out though, on the front. Big LD logo. So that's pretty cool. Check it out. Loving that. Very cool. I like the way they go to a little bit of extra effort. I know it's just a bit of fun and stuff, but in here, here we go. A4 readable. So a FORTE. Oh, now I get it. So they're affordable. Man, they must know that I love my puns. So these pedals are affordable. We've got an extra elastomer in here, and we can see the pedals are actually just pretty similar to what we would have seen for the Invicta pedals. Similar packaging as well. Nicely packaged. They said, I'm pretty sure they said that this is not the final packaging, but it's yeah, it's really nice though. And we've got another elastomer here. So interesting. Let's put those up here, put them out of the way and grab these out. So these are the Asetek FORTE. Let's get them up beside the Invictas, and they look so similar. They really look so similar. Let's get them up here. So here we go with them side by side. Very few differences. We've got the LED strip on there. All of the adjustability seems to be identical. The arms seem to be identical, even though these are load cell. I'm not exactly sure how much pressure they can handle. Obviously the Invictas can handle a hell of a lot of pressure. And we still have the clutch plate on here. They didn't send me a second clutch, so I'm going to be transferring this clutch onto the FORTEs because this clutch is hot swappable between them, or it is compatible with both of these pedal sets, which is very cool. And I'm also told on good authority that the braking system, which we'll have a good look at in a minute, the braking system, you can actually upgrade these the FORTEs to the Invicta Torp system. So that is also very cool. The throttle at a glance looks pretty much identical. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to know, in case any of you are wondering as well, why is this missing pedal faces? That is simply because they already sent me the pedal faces for these, because the pedal face upgrade for the Invictas is actually the same as the standard pedal faces for the FORTE. Now, my review for these is still being edited at the moment, but one of the things that I point out in the review is that I would love if the smoother pedal faces were actually an option on the Invictas. Unfortunately, they're not. I'm not a huge fan of the Invicta pedal faces. They are a little bit, I don't know, a little bit grating on my rubber soles of my shoes, and they're not very nice to use with bare feet. So the sock-friendly FORTE pedal faces are a lot nicer for that. So I'll just grab those. So these are those sock-friendly pedal faces. I don't actually have the bolts. There are bolts in these, but I don't actually have the bolts to have both of them hooked up at the same time. So that's a bit of a pity. I might just do it just for the show. I'm just going to take one of these bolts out of each, just so I can offer them up and you can see them side by side. So as I was doing those pedal faces, I actually took the liberty of taking the clutch off, because as I say, I have to share this clutch between these pedal sets. But for a side by side look at these, it's easiest to do it without the clutch. I've also stolen some of the bolts from the clutch just to offer these up. So these are only have one bolt in it, and these have a couple more bolts in them at the moment. So I just need to remember to put in bolts before I actually start using the Fortes. So Fortes are on the left, Invictas are on the right. The easiest way to tell these apart in their standard configuration is the smooth pedal faces versus the pedal faces with the little diamond cut circles on them. Other than that, they're almost identical. Very beautiful sets of pedals. Not entirely to my styling liking, but they're remarkably impressive. At the front, very similar except for the pedal faces. The really interesting part that everybody wants to see, I guess, is the backs of these side by side. So let's have a look at that. So here we can clearly see the difference. Again, Invicta's on the right hand side, and we've got the Fortes on the left. So the Invictas, we've heard about the TORP technology. The technology on this is called MLCPC, so which is a little less catchy than TORP, but it is a patent pending technology that Asetek have there as well, which is very cool. From a design point of view, they've actually opted to put the elastomer in front, which is interesting, but they have a similar type locking system. Some of this stuff is a little bit loose, which I kind of wouldn't have expected here in its default configuration, because of course these pedals are all set up as Asetek wants you to use them from the factory. So that's something that they really pride themselves on, and all these hand adjustable things are nice. This being loose, I guess I have it loose on this pedal set as well, so maybe I can't say too much there. The thing is, obviously that's just a little locking collar, in general, even when I've had these locking collars loose, I haven't noticed too much travel. So yeah, big things that you can notice here is the sensor here. This is a pressure sensor on the TORP system, but we have a load cell sensor here on the Forte system. So it's far less intrusive, the load cell system on the Forte, and we've got, I guess, far bigger, even though this is a very compact setup for the TORP system. Yeah, they're equally impressive looking. You don't know at a glance exactly what they are. This doesn't look like a traditional hydraulic setup, and this doesn't necessarily look like a traditional load cell setup. So yeah, the elastomer is at the back here, and the elastomer is at the front here. It also seems to be quite a bit wider with the Fortes, which is interesting. So the smaller elastomer for the Invictas. Other than that, they've got the same little plastic housing. The foot plate seems to be almost identical. The mounting holes are all the same. They've got the exact same colors. I can't really see any differences at a glance. I'm delighted to see that they haven't given the Fortes inferior quality pedal arms, because these of course are tested to 1 million cycles for extreme amounts of pressure for a long period of time as well. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Of course, with the Invictas we had a great introductory offer. They were about €800, something like that. The Fortes are yeah, significantly cheaper. So these are going to be a great option potentially for people who can't quite justify the hydraulic system of the Invicta, but they still want this technology. So I'm actually very interested. These Invictas just came off my rig. The Fortes are going onto my rig. So basically from one day to the next, I'm switching these pedal sets for the ultimate way of comparing. I will be using these on my stream, but as I say, the Fortes are under embargo at the moment, so I can't actually give you my opinions on the pedal set until that embargo is lifted, which is in about a week or a week and a half, something like that. So that's about it. I'm sorry I can't go into any more detail on it. I'll show them from this side so you guys get another angle of them. I can't go into much more detail or any more detail really. at this point in time, because I don't know enough about the Forte system. I have spent a lot of time with the Invicta system, and this review should be out within the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for the Invicta review, and I'll be using the Forte. Other things of note, the throttle seems to use the same magnetic sensors. Everything seems to be almost identical. They are effectively one and the same, other than the brake system here. I can't spot any other differences, so that's interesting. I thought there would be a major drop in quality and stuff like that, but it is actually getting my hopes up for this Forte system, because the Invictas are extremely good. It actually seems to me like the Fortes have solved some of the issues that I have with the Invictas, like those pedal faces. And again, I'm very curious to see what they've done on the load cell side of things. So that's it from me for another comparison video. This is not the traditional head-to-head style, because obviously this is not meant to be a review in any way. I've used the Invictas for a couple of months now, and the Fortes have not even made it onto my rig yet. So the next thing I'm going to do is end this video, install this on my rig, and I will chat to you later.